The world of aviation absolutely runs on data. Every single flight, every passenger, every bag, it's all generating this constant massive stream of information. It's like a whole universe of numbers. But hidden inside all those numbers are stories. And today, we're going to figure out how to read them. And when I say massive, I mean it. Just picture a mountain of data that gets bigger with every single takeoff and landing. We're talking fuel burn, flight paths, passenger counts, baggage times. The list just goes on and on. The sheer volume is kind of mind-boggling, right? But what does it all really mean?
And yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? It's one thing to have all this data, but turning it into something useful, something you can actually act on, well, that's a whole different ballgame. How in the world do you find the important signal in all of that noise?
Well, the secret is understanding that not all data is the same. To really get what's happening up in the skies and down on the ground, we have to look at two totally different kinds of information.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about the world of numbers. This is the stuff you can measure, you can count, and you can plot on a chart. It's the hard, objective proof of what is actually happening.
So the official term for this is quantitative data, and the name kind of gives it away, right? It's all about quantities. How many, how much, how long. Basically, if you can put a number on it, it's quantitative. Simple as that.
And let me tell you, aviation is just swimming in this stuff. Think about the number of passengers an airport handles a day, how many planes are taking off per hour, the average delay in minutes. You can even measure the seconds a plane sits on a runway. This data is fantastic for spotting trends for sure, but it doesn't tell you the whole story.
So here's the key takeaway for this part. The numbers are great at painting a picture of what is going on. They show you the scale, the frequency, all the trends. They can scream at you that there's a problem, but they can't always tell you why there's a problem. And for that, we need our second type of data.
All right, let's flip the coin over and look at the other side, the narratives. This is where we find the stories, the context, and the reasons behind all those numbers. This is the human side of the data.
We call this qualitative data. So instead of numbers, this stuff uses words. It's all descriptive, and it focuses on the qualities of an experience. Things like opinions, feelings, and first-hand accounts.
In an airport, this could be literally anything from a passenger complaining that the signs are confusing to a pilot filing a report about a tricky landing. It's the feedback you get in a safety debrief or an observation from a ground crew member who notices a constant bottleneck. This is that rich, human context that numbers alone just can't ever give you. And that right there is its superpower. While the numbers tell us what happened, this qualitative data is our best shot at understanding why it happened. It helps us get to the root cause, which, so often, is all about human behavior and perception.
Okay, so let's make this real. Let's put it into practice. Imagine we're looking at a real-world airport scenario. This is where you'll see just how powerful it is when you bring these two types of data together.
So an airport safety audit flags this number, a 30% jump in runway incursions just in the last quarter. Yikes. That quantitative data is a blaring alarm bell, right? It means planes are getting way too close to each other on the ground. But why? Is it pilot error? Is it bad weather? The number by itself doesn't tell us.
And boom, this is where it all clicks into place. The number tells us there's a dangerous problem happening, but the narrative, the stories from the air traffic controllers, gives us the why. It's not just random mistakes. It turns out newly painted taxiway markings are confusing the pilots. And just like that, you have a problem you can actually solve, hopefully before something terrible happens.
That one example really shows you why you can never, ever rely on just one type of data. If you want to make smart, safe, and effective decisions in aviation, you absolutely have to have the complete picture. Seriously, it's a huge risk. If you only look at the numbers, you're missing all the human factors bubbling just under the surface. But on the other hand, if you only listen to the stories, you have no idea how big or how widespread the problem really is. You need both to see the whole iceberg, not just the tiny tip sticking out of the water.
And this isn't just some nice-to-have thing. This combined approach is absolutely essential for the most high-stakes parts of aviation. From investigating a safety incident all the way to planning the entire future of an airport, you have to have both the what and the why to get it right.
So, look, if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this simple but super powerful rule. Quantitative data shows you what is happening. Qualitative data explains why it's happening. One measures, the other explains. It's that simple. Ultimately, it's all about seeing the full story. Because in an industry where precision and understanding mean everything, relying on just half the data is a risk that nobody can afford to take. The numbers give you the facts, but the words give you the meaning. And aviation, to be its safest and its absolute best, will always need both.